Good morning everyone, this is the Skoda Enyaq 85 with the new motor, the APP 550 210 kilowatt. So should be more efficient, and today we're gonna do an endurance drive, I can't say it, endurance drive to Hamburg. We are invited tomorrow morning to drive the Volvo EX30 and we're taking the Enyaq to get to Hamburg. It's around 800 kilometers today and then tomorrow we drive 800 kilometers back. Better route planner says it's 9 hours. I could use the navigation of the Enyaq. It has new ID software, or not ID software, software 4.0. But so far the route planner does not take the chargers that I want to take. I just want to use Ionity and Referral Pulse because they are the cheapest for me. 50 cents per kilowatt hour, the rest is 73, that's 50% more. I'm not gonna do that. So we're taking this to drive to Hamburg. I'm excited. I'm going soon and I'm picking up Matthias. We are at our first charging stop here at Referral Pulse, Mitterteich, I think. We didn't drive too far, but we drove fast because the next charger is too far for the battery size. Let's check out what we can charge here. Charge with 130 kilowatt at 20%. I plugged in at 13%, I think. It's a different charging curve than my ID7. ID7 would have here 186, I would say. And this here you can already pay at Referral Pulse with all the normal stuff. GPay, Apple Pay, Visa card and stuff like this. That's not usual. I navigated here to the charger and I told the car that it should preheat the battery when we arrive here. And we're gonna check that out because I never looked if it's really preheating. So let's look, optimize, it's warm, perfect, no problem. Being optimized further, and we have of course the battery care warning since I have my charging limit at 100%. We're gonna charge a bit here, I'm guessing 65%. 200 kilometers is our next charger, Ionity Nempits. We have 106 kilometers of range now, so we charge to 250. We're having a nice drive. We charged to, I think it was 65% or so. We're almost at the next charger in, oh no, 94 kilometers. Forget it. Yep. And it's so nice and to not have to drive. Matthias is driving 140, speeding. Oh, come on, focus. Yeah, with the focus. Okay. Yeah, let's look at our driving data. Since start, we drove 354 kilometers. Ooh, high consumption, 254. But we're driving, first leg was 150 kilometers per hour. Now it's 140. We're driving fast. It's nice and warm, 77 degrees and sunny. It's nice. We like it. Coffee, man. Muss zu dir hin.
Genau.
We're at the second charger, Ionity Nempitz, charging at Ionity. We were here before many times, and also the next charger in Hohenwarsleben at Magdeburg. It's also somewhere where we have been many times before when we drove to Copenhagen and to Hanover as well. I will look in a second how far we have to charge kilometer-wise, range-wise, so we get to the next. The next I think is only 150 kilometers or so. But nice drive, and we drove with good speed. I like that. We're already at 36%. We didn't charge that much, only to 180 kilometers of range, because the next charger was only 130 kilometers away. And we're there in, oh my god, 50 minutes? Can it be closer? 90 kilometers, yes. We almost drove 500 kilometers. That's cool. In, when did we start? 8:30? So in 4.5 hours we drove 500 kilometers. That is faster than 100 kilometers an hour. That's good. That's a good speed. So far we were very lucky, driving 150 again, power. No traffic jam. Where's the wood? And almost no construction sites. Woohoo! Zones, not sites. I always say the wrong thing. We are on a third charging stop. It was just 130 kilometers here, and the next charge is just 110 kilometers away. It's just faster to charge a bit and go further than to charge to 90% and miss out one charge. It just takes so long with charging, and I'm fine. We were here before, Hohenwarsleben, Magdeburg. We have 6 Ionities and then another 4 or 5 or 6 Allego chargers here, many chargers. We just charged to 140 kilometers, 150, something like this. We have 109 kilometers to the next charger. It takes an hour, and we arrive with 13%. That's fine. Our data, we drove exactly 5 hours. It's not true. 5.5 hours, and we drove 578 kilometers. So we're still above 100 kilometers an hour, even after charging. This will be better in next time. We're gonna get this average speed up. 114 is with the time that we were standing at a charger and the car was on, so that's fine. Consumption is cool, 240 with the speed that we drive. I'm happy. Enyaq is doing well. Ta-da! We're on our last charging stop. We arrived with, I don't know, 7-8% again. And we have to charge a bit more. We have 160 kilometers to go, and I don't know if we can charge at the hotel. So I want a bit of safety that when we go out of Hamburg tomorrow, we don't have stress that we have to charge immediately. We have to see. Thus, Enyaq is doing really well. I even have 142 kilowatt now at 18%, and it, like I said, it keeps the charging speed very high for a long time. I like it, and the consumption is awesome. It preheats the battery. I turned that all on, but I think after the first charging stop, we never have to heat it up. It always stays warm. We drove again 130, 140. It's amazing. We're good in time, as it looks like we're gonna have 8 hours till we're there for 820 kilometers or so, which is awesome. I'm very positively excited. 156 kilometers take us an hour and 40 minutes, and we are at 25%. We have 100 kilometers of range. We will charge to 230 or so kilometers, 240, just to be safe. I have to show you the crazy room that Volvo got us. Walk-in closet, bathtub, toilet and shower. So fancy, it's a 5-star hotel. Oh man, we are way too not enough fancy to be here. Gigantic bed, a balcony. We're on the first floor. There's a TV that you can just move over here, so you can watch TV in the bedroom. Of course, AC, it knows that the door is open. That's why the AC doesn't work right now. You can close the curtains. Change the temperature and everything. Oh my God. This is way too fancy for us. And the balcony. Matthias has the same room, and but a bit different. He doesn't have a bathtub, but he has a bigger balcony. We were told to be here at 6. We were here at 5. We were an hour earlier here than expected. It took us, well, it was exactly 5, so it took us 7.5 hours. Am I right? No, 8.5 hours. And the last 20 minutes was a bit of traffic, but no traffic jam. So this is how long you take, 8.5 hours with charging to get here, and that's totally fine. And now Matthias and I will go outside, look around a bit, maybe even in the hotel a bit. And then at 7 there's a briefing, press briefing, so how everything happens tomorrow. And then at 8 there's dinner. Then bed, and tomorrow morning breakfast, and then after breakfast at 8:30 we get a Volvo EX30 and we can drive around till 1, and then there's lunch and we can go home. We will get a lunch package because we want to go home, we don't want to wait, so we can drive the car for 4.5 hours. What should I say? We're both tired. I have a headache. We had a nice night. We had a nice dinner yesterday. Well, first, no, okay. Let's start from the beginning. We arrived. We looked at our room. Then we went outside. Looked at the lake. It was a lake, huh? Lake in Hamburg. Then we went to the press briefing. They explained everything about the EX30. It's interesting. Then we went to dinner, which took 2.5 hours or more. Way too long for weirdos like us. Went to bed. We went upstairs at around 11, I would say. Then a bit of TV and then sleep. Got up at 6:30 was breakfast. Then at 8:15 or so we got the car. We got a yellow car, but you already seen a few shots here. And then at what was it, 12:30 or so we gave the car back, and then 12:45, something like this, we went on our way home. First I drove the first leg and I drove wrong in Hamburg. Then there was traffic jam in Hamburg, slow. Then we went on, and then around Wolfsburg, of course Wolfsburg, there was a big traffic jam. We had to get off the highway, drive a different highway, go back to the highway. It was horrible. The first leg, 280 kilometers or so. It took us 3.5 hours. Horrible. We just charged at Ionity, and they had new Porsche Ionity chargers 6, and we tried at two of those chargers and both didn't work, so we went to the old ones where they also have 6, and it worked there. We charged, I don't know, 20 minutes if even, already on our way to the next Ionity. We on the next 10 after this I want to go again to Ionity, not at Alpuls, as we on the way here. And yeah, gonna do that. Show you our data a bit. We have 84 kilometers to the next charger. This is our trip today. Again, around 240. We're driving fast though. We even sped up to 180 a few times because of the traffic jam. But 150 is our cruising speed. And like you see, it took us a long time. Battery is warm. It was the whole time. It's fine. And yep, see you at the charger. We are at Ionity Nempitz again, charging with 140 kilowatt. You have to see that. So it's really, the car is charging really good. Not a high peak, like I say it all the time, but it stays up there for a while. You can show you details here. Enyaq rules, consumption is totally fine, and charging is awesome. For a long distance trip, Enyaq is great. I've changed my plan again because the next Ionity is 240 kilometers. We would have to charge to 280. I don't want that. So we're going back to the Referral that we just said, and then we have to charge to 240 because it's 200 kilometers away. And then after that we go Ionity Straubing. That's then another 160 or so, I think so. I don't know, if I will see, and it's gonna be fine. And then only 80 kilometers home or so. Yeah, it's not too warm, it's very windy, but it's fine. Yeah, that was a stressful trip. The last leg I drove, and it started to rain strong, and our consumption got up big time, and so our range was not enough. So we chose a different charger, which cost me more, but we didn't want the stress of slowing down and taking too long. It's fine. The next charger would be another 20 kilometers, and for that we had to slow down. Even now we slowed down to 130. Before we always drove 140, but it's colder now, 7 degrees, not 11 than before, and it started to rain. That's how it is. Charged to the same 240 kilometers now, which should be 71, 72%. But now with the consumption, maybe a bit more. We had 280 watt-hours per kilometer on the trip here. Before it was always 240. Let's have a little talk one-on-one. Like other times we don't do. Yeah. Of course, always on the way home, it gets a bit tired and okay, I want to get back home. You slept in a hotel. I'm not a fan of that. It's sleeping away from home. It's not your bed, even though the bed was fine. And it's just weird times. We're gonna get home very late. It's 8 now. We're still charging 10, 15 minutes, then driving for 2 hours, charging again and driving another hour. So it's gonna be 12, I guess. Or I don't know. I'm just estimating. So this is the drive home. Driving there is always fun, and and then you do the video, and then you're a bit stress is wrong, but you're more than excited to make a video and you want to do it right. At this time I thought we'd do it something different. We take our time differently, not just a range test that is half-assed because there's not enough time. We're gonna make a normal video showing the car and driving the car, stuff like that. And then when you're done, adrenaline goes down, and then you get tired, and then okay, I want to be home now. It's just how it is, and that's normal. When you've done your job, you want to get home, and when you're in Hamburg, it's 8 hours home, but then when there's traffic jam, and then there's rain, and then you have to charge longer, and an hour more because of the traffic jam, maybe even more. Yep, that's how it is. When I edit the video and it looks good, it's all worth it. Our consumption since the last charging stop is high, 301 average. Matthias is driving 120 to 130, and it's raining like crazy, and I think we have wind against us. I think it's that, because the overall consumption is going up as well for today. We drove 640 kilometers, and yesterday it was 240, unless now it's 200, almost 260. It's the rain. We have 204 kilometers. Is that? No, that's for home. 136 kilometers to the charger. Hopefully we don't have to slow down too much. finally arrived at home. It took us almost more than 10 hours to drive 864 kilometers, and usually it should have been 820 kilometers from there to here, but with all the traffic jam and detouring 3 times, it's almost 50 kilometers more. So today our average speed was not that amazing. Yesterday it took us 8.5 hours, today a bit over 10. But I'm gonna go in, shower, and then go to bed and sleep in tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.